This enigmatic bird is found only here, along the hidden coastlines of East Asia. The Black-Faced Spoonbill, an endangered species whose survival has become a symbol of hope in a part of the world where geopolitical tensions run high. It's become an icon for conservationists in this rapidly developing region, a clear indicator of the health of this coastal region's flora and fauna. The plight of this bird has brought together scientists divided by the political borders it crosses on its annual journey through the heartlands of East Asia, flying thousands of miles for one single reason: to survive. This is the story of a promise to return. This is Tainan. Thousands of man-made and natural lagoons spreading 70 kilometers along the island's southwestern coastline. Taiwan's wetland wonderworld. "400 years ago, it was covered in pristine mangrove forest. It became the island's strategic port. Defenses were built to repel both European and Asian invaders. Born from these wetlands, Taiwan's capital, the nation's first schools and temples were built here. These settlers began clearing the mangroves, utilizing the low-lying tidal wetlands for agriculture. The perfect feeding ground for an amazing group of migratory birds spending the warmer winter months in Taiwan. None more unique and loved than this. The Black-Faced Spoonbill. There are 6 different species of spoonbills. Asia is home to the most endangered, a flagship species numbering just 2,000. Half of the population spend between October and March in the sanctuary of this myriad of mudflats and fish ponds along Taiwan's southwestern coast. These aquatic nurseries are abundant with fish, crustaceans, and underwater insects. Heads down, these amazing water birds often feed in large groups, herding fish into shallower waters. Sensors on their bills detect movement underwater. The disappearance of these vital wetlands has had a huge impact on the species. DNA studies by Taiwan scientists suggest that the global population of black-faced spoonbills once numbered tens of thousands. By 1990, it was down to under 300. The scientific world thought that this enigmatic species could be on the brink of extinction. In Taiwan, in 2002, another setback. A deadly outbreak of avian botulism killed nearly 10% of the population. The bird was in danger of being lost from Taiwan forever. One local photographer, Wang Zhengji, tried desperately to save the spoonbills. Wang traveled across the region, documenting the birds' migration. His images have helped bring worldwide attention to the bird's plight. Spoonbills took over his life. He even named himself Mr. Happy, or Happy, the name Taiwanese have given to the black-faced spoonbill.
Happy 就会 in Taiwan， in Taiwan 七股就在七股里。谢谢各位，谢谢各位，欢迎啊！好，谢谢，慢走。哎，等下去甲囡仔讲后囡仔捌一个。我们做到的生态要永远持续的保育观念持续下去，这样它才能够多子多孙的常常来我们这里让我们的下一代都看得到它所以生态保育工作永远不可以停止。
This is a 7-year-old female spoonbill. She is being treated at this livestock center for avian botulism, deadly toxins in her blood. The same disease that nearly wiped out the population in 2002. This bird will be tagged to help scientists with their research. She is T41, or Taiwan 41. It's March, and nearly time for the spoonbills to leave Tainan on their great migration north. If T41 cannot regain her strength, her chances of finding a mate this year will disappear. The remaining spoonbill population is preparing to leave Taiwan's shores. At this time of year, their plumage turns a striking sulfur yellow, and the biological urge to migrate to their breeding ground grows stronger. It's at this time a peculiar behavior happens. One bird leads the group to the edge of the pond and back again. Some believe this to be a wind testing ceremony before their departure. T41 has recovered. Today, she'll be fitted with a satellite transmitter in preparation for her release into the wild. Pan Yujie is a graduate ornithologist. She will be tracking T41 on her 4,000-kilometer journey. Scientists are unable to locate around 20% of the breeding population.
那个部分啊，
对，
那等一下再点，全部完再点。
可以告诉我们说啊，它到底是去哪里繁殖了，然后中间经过哪些地方。今年如果秋天再度南返的时候，它到底是不是又经过同一个路线？那这就都是一个谜团，我们想要解开这个谜团。
The satellite transmitter takes a while to get used to. But her small sacrifice could go a long way towards helping scientists find the missing breeding sites. On a misty Tainan morning, it's a special day for one bird. T41 will be released in time for her migration. It becomes a local media event. Pang has come to wish her well, but she is nervous. Everyone is hoping that she will return safely to her group.
Hello， 拜拜。留下一点东西。
一定不可以掉下来。我昨天装发报器的时候就在想说，就是希望一定可以牢牢的跟着它，那个发报器可以跟着鸟回去它的繁殖地。其实我最希望就是它赶快可以回去，然后赶快开始觅食，然后吃得饱饱的，为那个北返做准备。像我们一般细放的水鸟细放工作啊，或者是像这种卫星追踪，都是要耗费很多的人力、时间，还有很多很多金钱这样。飞回去的状况很不错，希望之后他会带给我们好消息啊，就是像老朋友一样，可以就是 safe and sound 这样。我很希望今年秋天还可以再次见到他。
This is the start of a great winged migration. In the coming weeks, T41 will navigate, using the Earth's magnetic fields like a compass needle. Spoonbills from Vietnam, Hong Kong, and Taiwan will follow a route along the coastline of southern China and onto the Korean peninsula. These coming weeks will be the biggest challenge of T41's life. After surviving a flight of over 2,000 kilometers, the Black-Faced Spoonbill's biggest challenge is about to begin. Barren, rocky outcrops in the Yellow Sea, uninhabited by humans, ruled by birds. Over the coming months, the spoonbills will go through courtship and mating rituals. They will have to fight for the right to breed. And only 30% of the chicks born here will survive. 1,000 kilometers away, a group of birds have a better chance of survival. Inside an incubator at Tamazu, Tokyo, a new generation of unique birds are nearly ready to hatch. These two men have dedicated the past 20 years keeping this species alive through a captive breeding program. In 1987, Professor Chung brought the world's first pair of captive spoonbills from North Korea as a gift to Japan's Tamazu.
この上にグリーンの足合わせてるあれがもう一羽一緒に持ってきた同じ日なんですけど。
In the early 1980s, conservationists thought the black-faced spoonbill was in danger of becoming extinct. Science knew very little about their breeding or reproduction. Mr. Sugita from Tamazu and Professor Jong Ro will swap real eggs with fakes to give the chicks a better chance of survival. After 2 weeks of Professor Chong's care, the babies will be returned to their mothers. When Chong brought the first pair of birds from North Korea, political tensions between their two countries were high. Chung and Sugita put politics aside to care for this critically endangered pair of birds. The first spoonbill, ever to be born in captivity, gave hope for the very survival of the species. This is the only North Korean university outside of the DPRK, or Democratic Republic of North Korea. Professor Chung is the director of its Wildlife Research Center. In a third-floor laboratory, a few lucky students are soon to witness the birth of a baby spoonbill.
어떻게 어떤 소리? 하고 듣기는가?
예.
피피 하는 소리 안 나나? 그러면 두드리고 있는 이 소리만 듣기고 갔나? 가나르고.
In the wild, both males and females will take turns on the nest, managing to keep the temperature at 37.2 degrees with humidity between 50 and 60%.
無事に出てくれること、これをいつもなんていうか心配しながら見ていますけども、でも元気に泣きを出しながら橋打ちを頑張ってたので、これは大丈夫だなと思ってるんですけども、最後出てくるまでやっぱり心配ですよね。気持ちありました。今日の朝5時に目覚めてやっぱり心配になって大学まで一回朝見に行きました。
A baby black-faced spoonbill with a pink bill.
テーマができると思うからね、頑張ってここまでが黒くなってくるというか、この膜がないと。これ目が開くまであと3日間大丈夫だね。指もちゃんと3本あるし。 よしよしよし、元気。はいはいはい。OK。無事誕生。OK。
It's sushi delivery day for Professor Chon's birds. In the small aviary on the campus lies the professor's menagerie.
28日目です。はい。一番欲張りこれです。ペギです。ペギ。オッケー。ペギ。約20cc ぐらい。Okay.
These two birds are 12 days old. They're feeding on a mix of vitamin supplements and fish.
ワカサギを与えています。その特別扱いっていうか、このクロテラヘラサギは朝鮮半島でしか繁殖してなくて、それとこの越冬地が日本にもあったりアジア全体にあって、私は在日で日本と朝鮮を渡るこのクロテラヘラサギに特別な思いもありますし、政治情勢も非常に難しいところなんですけれども、クロテラに関しては本当に皆さん協力して280羽しかいなかったのが今2000羽を今年2000羽超えるという。これがペギ、これはキリ。
Being this close to a captive population enabled Professor Chong to understand the intimate details of the spoonbill's breeding cycle.
でもクロテラヘラサギはあんまり巣を作るのは上手じゃないんですよね。で、手助けして基礎的なものを作っといて、その後の補修は結構十分にやります。郊外に持って行って。
In the wild, the spoonbill's breeding sites have very little nest building material. Competition with other birds for twigs often turns aggressive. Black-faced spoonbills have chosen to breed in the most heavily defended border in the world, the demilitarized zone between North and South Korea.
この写真は私が13年前初めて、ノースコリアの、クロテラヘラサギの越冬地特等で80日間の、生態調査をした場所です。思い出の場所ですね。
These are rare images from one of the most closed and secretive countries in the world. The North Korean Academy of Sciences provided video footage of a trip that Chong took to commemorate a joint science project to wetlands on the DMZ. After 20 research trips, Chong thinks that within this militarized area may be the missing breeding population.
처음 본 순간 정말 감동이었습니다. 그것을 우리가 연구를 해왔는데 이 장소에 와서 연매도에 가까운 이 장소에서 제 공사를 오늘 또 내일 또 앞에서 미리 조사하러 온 동지들이 여기 확인해 줬습니다. 이렇게 하니까 또 여기 온 의의가 매우 크고 앞으로 일본이나 또 조세 공동으로 연구해온 국제 프로젝트 동지들이 아주 기뻐해 줄 것입니다.
This unique bird has forged a rare bond between these two countries. It's feeding time for the Japanese-born chick. In the wild, it needs up to 4 meals a day.
1cc ずつ入れていきますけども、その時にこの液体が気管に入らないように食道に行くためにはこちら右から左にここを通して餌を与えます。
These first 2 weeks for this baby spoonbill are critical. Many chicks die from indigestion their stomachs unable to process food. The chick's neck cannot fully support its head at this stage until stronger muscles are formed. Chung and his students will work around the clock to give the chick the best possible chance of survival. In just 10 days, the bird will be ready to join the other spoonbills. Day 3, and the bird's eyes are just starting to open. They see the world through a washed-out but color view. Each feeding time is an exhausting experience for the newborn, but it's a step closer to surviving the danger period. These healthy and mischievous 1-month-old birds are ready for the first flight training.
Okay, nice. Okay. Okay.
In the wild, these two birds would be days away from their first flight. Parents would move food away from the nest, forcing the chicks to leave, strengthening their legs and wings. Both students and birds are learning new things on this unique campus. For all their hard work, live fish, but catching them is not that easy. In the wild, Spoonbill's diet is made up of a mixture of shrimp and insects, much easier to catch than slippery fish.
興味は非常に示すんですけども、まだ慣れてない、今日初めてなんでこぼしてますけども、これからは非常に上手になっていくと思います。よいしょ、OK。慣れた。
Even with over 2,000 black-faced spoonbills, their numbers still cling to the edge of critical. A small change in habitat could have a huge effect on their numbers, and these young birds could be part of a crucial breeding stock.
クロツラヤラサギはアジアにしかいない鳥なんですよね。だからこれはアジアの人が手を取り合ってこれを保護していかないといけないと思います。そうなると南北朝鮮、そこに中国、台湾との問題、これに関わる全ての国が集まって会議をしようとしている。どこでやるのだと。いれば私たちの夢はいわゆる自然国際団体のようなところが船をチャーターして、みんな研究者が一緒にその船に乗ってでまずは台湾全てクロツラヘラサギが生息しているとまた移行する、ルートに関係する国々全ての研究者がそのクロツラと同じルートを通ってそれを研究に生かせればなっていう少しでそれは実現すると信じながら研究をしております。以上。
This group of black-faced spoonbills has survived a grueling 2,000-kilometer journey. Braving predators, the elements, and exhaustion offer one biological urge: to breed. around 90% of the spoonbill breeding population and their annual migration here. The most deadly part of the Korean peninsula. This is the Demilitarized Zone, or DMZ. A heavily armed border where two of the world's biggest armies stand ready for war. A delicate ceasefire with the potential for nuclear conflict. A 4-kilometer wide strip of no man's land splits the peninsula in two. Within this fortified area lies a tiny group of rocky outcrops, the most heavily protected breeding ground in the world, and the perfect hiding place for an endangered species. A ferry journey to Gyeodong Island in the south is as close most civilians can go to the DMZ. But it's a regular journey for Dr. Lee Ki-suk. For the last 5 years, he has been trying to catalog every spoonbill that breeds here. But the political climate dictates just how close Lee can get.
예, 저기 멀리 보이는 섬이 있는데 저기가 비도와 석도가 있는 곳입니다. 그리고 오른쪽에는 북한에 포함되는 각해도가 있는 곳인데요. 저 지역이 주로 저새들이 번식하는 곳이고.
It's a strange paradox that this human conflict is in fact protecting the bird's very existence. No humans or fishing means plenty of food for the birds.
아주 많은 숫자의 가락지들이 대만으로부터 오고 있었습니다. 그래서 이곳에 오는 저새들의 약 60% 정도는 대만에서 날아와서 번식하는 것으로 보입니다.
T-41, the bird from Taiwan, was last tracked 600 kilometers across the Yellow Sea in Jiangsu Province, China. Her satellite stopped transmitting signals 3 months ago. It's possible she could be here on one of these remote islands. Nearly 20% of breeding birds are unaccounted for. Lee thinks the answer lies across these divided waters with another scientist.
북한에 대한 연구는 정중열 교수님께서 1990년대 조사를 했었습니다. 그분으로부터 많은 정보를 얻을 수가 있었고 그 정보를 통해서 제가 저새들의 그런 생태를 많이 이해할 수 있었습니다. 그리고 이러한 저새에 대한 연구를 통해서 남북 간에 많은 학술적 교류가 있기를 희망하고 있습니다.
Lee met Professor Chung at a symposium in 2003. A meeting that inspired Lee to take up research this side of the border. Koreans on both sides have become accustomed to living along this dangerous border. A public holiday brings out the tourists and lots of mud. It's an opportune time for spoonbills and other species to feed amongst the tidal shallows. This far eastern curlew is out for a meal. With the water level rising, Dr. Lee takes advantage of the birds coming closer to shore. Attaching satellites and tags is not always reliable, so Lee devised a simple method for identifying each spoonbill that breeds here.
여기 저새를 보게 되면 저새의 부리는 아주 넓적하고 큰데 그 저새의 주름이 개체마다 조금씩 다 다릅니다. 마치 그 사람의 지문과 같이 개체마다 전부 다 다른 것을 갖고 있기 때문에 개체를 식별할 수 있습니다. 이러한 저새 주름 인식 프로그램을 통해서 다른 나라에 있는 예를 들어서 대만이나 홍콩에 있는 월동지에서 저어새를 보았을 때 그 저어새 주름을 통해서 이게 어디에서 번식한 새인지를 서로 알 수 있도록 해주는, 그래서 이 저어새의 개체 인식을 통해서 지역 간에 아니면 나라 간에 서로 정보를 교환할 수 있도록 하는 게 제 앞으로의 생각이고 목표입니다.
So far, Lee's research has revealed a high percentage of spoonbills change partners each year, while some stay together for more than 3 years.
저어새 보존을 위해서는 이 황해를 중심으로 해서 있는 나라인 우리나라를 비롯해서 북한, 또 중국, 그리고 홍콩과 대만에 이어서 전부 다 같은 나라가 함께 노력하는 것이 되게 중요하다고 생각됩니다. 이들의 번식지와 월동지, 중간 기착지가 같이 보존되어야 이들이 생존할 수 있기 때문이라고 생각합니다.
Granite outcrops in the Yellow Sea. Off the coast of Liaoning province, just 100 kilometers from China's border with North Korea. Remote and desolate, these islands are inhabited by thousands of nesting black-tailed gulls. And a small group of black-faced spoonbills fighting for breeding space, 5 stories above the sea. The birds chose this site to breed for the same reasons as the population nesting in the Korean DMZ. Its sheer isolation and inaccessibility to humans. But things on the island have been slowly changing. Xingrentuo has for centuries been a quiet fishing village. Harvesting the ocean's bounty from this nutrient-rich sea. Until recently, local villagers were the only visitors to the island, harvesting cockles and shellfish during low tide. The spoonbills were left undisturbed, people unaware just how rare the visiting birds were. With a new China emerging, an opportunity for another income for these fishing communities arrived. Ecotourism was coming to Xingrentuo. Wang Zhengji, the spoonbill photographer from Taiwan, has come to the island to visit his friend Zhang Disheng, a conservationist and filmmaker. Disheng made an award-winning documentary about the spoonbills of Xingrentuo. He has been visiting the islands since 2001. Both Disheng and Wang are concerned about a recent influx of tourists to the islands. Hordes of amateur photographers have been flocking here during the summer months. Many ignore regulations of how close they can go to the nesting birds. This influx is putting pressure on this delicate environment. Disturbing nesting birds can be stressful to both parents and young. These 2 45-day-old chicks are waiting for their parents to return with food. An adult is desperately looking for its missing young. This cliff face is chaotic and overcrowded, and sometimes deadly. Juveniles left alone are in constant danger. Parents have spent low tide searching for food along the coastline. Happily, the chicks are reunited. The island is a crowded nursery. This is a rare Chinese egret with a very hungry chick. Wang and Tisheng, the filmmaker, are checking the spoonbills with local fishermen. Both are concerned about this year's chicks. When he last visited the island, Wang saw 4 nesting pairs. Not all of the chicks have survived.
没想到才2个月而已，竟然那些小崽
都出来了，
都出来了，
已经离开巢了，看着已经离巢了嘛。
现在只看到2只还在斜飞而已。
我那年拍摄的时候啊，大概是8月中旬左右，开始从这个地方就离开了，估计就是要回到你们台南了。
对，到台南到9月啊。是
啊，但是今年看起来的话，可能会要提前。提前。按照这个现在的这个小鸟的情况啊，我估计要提前1个月左右。可能是会因为今年的这个气候的原因，不知道还有什么原因。早点回家，在那儿等待。
一定，只要8月底9月初就要等它来。
是啊，我们这边送行，您那边迎客。
对。
They stay on a lower platform to avoid disturbing the nesting birds.
开得很好，
呛手。
哎，这个动作很好看，
抓它的头。
这个神态真的很漂亮，很传神。
张嘴。
Storms in this part of the Yellow Sea come in fast. The 2 young chicks get separated. They shelter from the bad weather, waiting for the parents to return with food. This is a dangerous time for them to be alone. The sight of so many tourists earlier in the day has sparked a debate amongst Wang and the fishermen as to how best to manage this breeding site.
因为我这块就是开发旅游的啊，那么呢，这个黑脸琵鹭的这块应该说是个亮点，能够招揽一些鸟的爱好者、摄影者。
但是他也减少了这个贪图的收益。
在台湾也有很多的拍鸟的爱好者呀。那么在台湾那边您怎么来？
所以游客一到的时候，就先由鸟会来导览。来介绍黑脸琵鹭所有的有关的生态
知识，它不会很靠近黑脸琵鹭，
不可能。
那我觉得应该是要树立起这个2道铁丝网的门，严格的控制。这样的话呢，尽可能的减少，比如说当地的渔民到上山捡那个鸟蛋啦。还有一些这个旅游者，我们看不住的情况下，他也可能会跑上去。还有一些摄影爱好者，可能在这个岛子上会干扰黑脸琵鹭的正常生活。
At 50 days, the 2 chicks are ready to test their wings for the first time. One walks out towards the ledge to find a suitable place to take off. Ward's sibling goes for a big leap close to the nest. It's time to migrate. Leaving the Bohai Gulf behind, the birds head south across the Yellow Sea in search of a winter haven. The migration route follows China's coastline and down into Jiangsu province. A fertile agricultural landscape with some of the last remaining salt marshes in China. Habitat perfect not just for migrating spoonbills. Dafeng salt marshes are home to the Milu. The Chinese see this deer as a curious composite animal, a mix of a horse's head, cow's feet, a tail like a donkey, and backward-facing antlers. This species, once extinct in China, has been reintroduced successfully from a captive population in the UK. Today, over 1,300 roam here. Yancheng is China's largest coastal wetland. Visited by an estimated 3 million birds each year, and a vital halfway stopover point for the Black-Faced Spoonbill on its journey south. Some juvenile spoonbills are known to stay here during the summer months, not continuing onto the breeding sites. This is the last known location of T41, the sick bird from Taiwan. The bird may have remained here with this group, not strong enough to continue her journey. China's coastal cities are rapidly growing. The spoonbill's migration is both dwarfed and threatened by the biggest mass migration of people in the history of the world. In the next 25 years, over 300 million people are predicted to move from rural China to its cities. Development is a major threat to these last remaining safe havens. But amongst China's urban sprawl lies a success story. A swath of wetlands managed principally for the benefit of migrating birds. Well-protected mangroves and traditional fish ponds are home to the second largest group of spoonbills outside of Taiwan. Over 300 spoonbills spend the winter here. Sharing these ponds with a host of other species, not all of them are welcome by some. This eagle could easily take a young spoonbill. Boxed in by Shenzhen on one side and Hong Kong on the other, Maipo demonstrates that with help, resilient nature can still thrive. It's October, and the birds have flown south. At last, after 7 months and a 4,000-kilometer return journey, Taiwan's shoreline is within sight. They have survived an epic migration across the heartlands of East Asia. Over the coming weeks, over half of the Black-Faced Spoonbill population will return home to Taiwan. Many have been anxiously waiting. But one bird has failed to return. T41, the young female that was tagged by Pan Yujie, isn't amongst the group.
有时候当然还是会想起 T41， 不知道他现在到底在哪里。毕竟我们没有他消息也是好几个月了，所以其实还蛮担心他的。或许也只是我们还没有看到他而已。也许哪一天，也许香港啊，还是哪里，就会回报给我们他们看到 T41的消息。你真的把一只鸟握在手里的时候，真的是会有一份特别的情感，就像是一个失去联络的朋友一样。所以现在每当我拿起望远镜的时候，就会希望也许 T41就会出现在我的镜头里，就好像可以跟老朋友重逢一样。
For the next 6 months, these birds will call Taiwan home until this incredible survivor once again braves oceans and borders to breed amongst Asia's last wilderness in the hope to one day return.